The following video has been approved by the JD marketing team. It is rated JD for intense use of the word damn and many beaver related puns. This video may not be suitable for all beavers. Good morning and g'day mate, and welcome back to Timberborn with me, JD. So, in our previous episode, we finally reached the timberpunk age. We got some important things up and running. We got our little lumber mills, which are now finally putting out a decent amount of planks, which means we can continue expanding. We also have some beavers that are out here napping on the floor because reasons. Yep, reasons. Are they just too far from the housing? Generally pretty far. That's okay. That's one of the things I want to fix this episode. So we got a little bit of industrial age up and running. We also made sure we could start getting towards, well, furthering our way towards that critical mass. We went and doubled up the amount of foresters out here so we could get more maples planted. As we can see, our maples are probably going to be coming online in the next 1 to 2 days. On top of that, we also just generally teched up a little bit. Just got a little bit more progress done. So today's episode, I want to do a bunch of things. We do have some limited timber coming in from our original forest, which you might notice I've all marked for unplanting, because I've decided, well, we might as well, now we have some wood coming in, we might as well plant maples everywhere. They do take a lot longer to grow, and, you know, it's okay because we end up getting a lot more wood from them. We get 8 logs compared to the pine, which takes half as long to grow, but you only get quarter as many logs. So I do want to start swapping a lot of this over to maple. We can always come in here with the demolish buildings and click and mark resource for demolition and actually remove trees if we want to, if we need to. But yes, that is an option. So first thing I want to do this episode is there's more water, there's more dam space. We have unconnected a building. We have an unconnected building. Never mind. It's all connected now. Okay, building lacks workers. We're going to fix that in a minute. All right, so we have a lot more water upstream. As we can see, when it comes to our little town, we're basically filling up this block. So we're filling up this block with water. But if I was to put another dam back here, we could backflow all that water all the way back to, well, this waterfall right here. So that's going to be plan number 1. Plan number 1 is going to be grab some paths, bring a path out the side of the dam, and try and get in a cute little dam right across here. And what we want to do is we want to go into landscaping. We want a dam, and we're going to build this all the way to here. But I'm not going to connect it on the end, because what I'd actually like to do is I'd like to put in a floodgate. Floodgates are a little bit different from our dams. Dams generally block the water off at 0.65 of a tile. A floodgate gives me an option to block the water to 0, or half a tile, or 1 tile. And I can actually move the floodgate up and down. So we're going to pop in a floodgate at the end. Now, floodgate, I can't build a path over, so it doesn't give beavers access over here, which is a little bit unfortunate because there's a bit more green area we could be grabbing. But it does mean I can adjust the water levels up and down, which means potentially we could block up some more water for our next drought. So that's going to be the first thing I want to do. Second thing I want to do is I want to find more lumber. We do have the 2 foresters out here, which are doing an alright job, but I notice we have a little green patch down here. And we're not really using this currently. So I think we're going to get another forester. Here. Yeah, this seems like a pretty good spot. I'm going to pop a forester down here. I'm going to max the priority on that because, you know, we want to get it up and running. I do need somewhere some way for us to cut this timber. And we're going to need... Okay, so I need 2 up there to cover this side. And probably 2 down here to cover this side. We're going to obviously join those in with the path. Now, these I can just pause for now. I don't need them running yet. The forester, obviously, I'd like to have running yesterday, along with a planting of many, many maples. all the way along there, please, and at least up to here. Yes, okay. So that's going to be the second thing I want to get done this episode. The third thing, oh, and we can replant some of these into maples as well. Yes, third thing I want to get done, okay, is I want to get some more storage, a lot more storage. At the moment, we have 800 food, but there's nowhere to put the food. In fact, there's food in the ground that we just can't harvest and put in storage because all the storage containers are full. So we are also going to want to jump over to storage, a small warehouse. I can pop this warehouse on that warehouse. At the same time, I left a warehouse here, which I can also, with a little bit of stairs and a little bit of a platform, put another warehouse on top of this warehouse. Now, this warehouse is going to be strictly for food. This one's going to be strictly for probably planks, and also I'd like to possibly get into gears this episode. It does require a certain amount of research. That's okay. Research is something we can do. But yes. And the last thing, the most important thing this episode is we've been trying to boom. We've been trying to get more children online to get into more beavers. The catch is children are a bit of a taxation. They're a bit of a waste on the colony. They don't really do anything productive. But if we click on a beaver, we can see that we have all sorts of different things we can get our beavers that make them more improved. They give us a beaver 2.0. One thing that we can get for our iron teeth is a social life. Now, a social life, as you can see, doesn't have any effect on them. But if we find a child and we give a child a social life, their growth speed is increased by 30%. How do you give children a social life? Well, it turns out if you put them around a campfire and ask the baby beavers to play with fire, they level up faster. So, it's like survival of the fittest, you know, whichever beaver doesn't get burnt, because burnt beaver is bad beaver, they're the ones that level up the quickest. So, with our plan in for today's episode, we're going to make that highest priority, make sure that gets done super fast. The forester second priority, they're all finished already. Oh no, they're paused. Okay, never mind. We can set them for high priority as well, because they just need a beaver to come over here and sniff at them. And then probably do the campfires, and then we'll set our warehouses to below priority. Yes. So that's our plan. The other thing we need to do is I need to rename some beavers, because I gotta say, I can't pronounce half these names. So, you know, let's get some custom beavers. So, Jojen becomes the flying beaver, you know, just hovering around looking for a landing strip. Schengens becomes a South American beaver, you know, originates from some country, starts with probably B, like beaver, yes. Banjan is a well-traveled beaver, you know, seen lots of places, done lots of things, yeah, shared around a little bit. Zashi is a tipsy beaver, because, you know, there are some you can just spot from a mile away. They're a little bit tipsy. Zolzlai, yep, is a one-night beaver. I can't remember the name of that beaver, but I do remember that one night with that beaver. We have Vekazoo, who works at the lumber mill, who is now a machinery beaver. You know, a well-lubricated machinery beaver. Aristo is a don't touch that beaver. Yes, may have, you know, recently done some time ago a collaboration with Weird Al Yankovic in a music song. But yes, we have Amblets, who is a dirty beaver. You know, sometimes you can just see them from a mile away. It's a bit of a dirty beaver. We have Wanjin, who is a exotic beaver, comes from overseas, has an accent. Very, very exotic. We have Calamity, who is a drunken beaver. You just move on. They're just a drunken beaver. It's fine. We have Ditty, who is a Frenchy beaver. You know, will kiss you like a French girl. And then we have a couple of beavers that have died to old age. So we need to bring them back. First off, we have Toothy 2.0. Yeah, it's second generation. We have Chops 2.0, rather than Renjai. We have, rather than Azen, we have Woody 2.0. Finally, rather than the worst snorer in the world, we have Semikos as Splinter 2.0. And rather than Jinjin again, we have Harry Beaver 2.0, because unfortunately, just this morning, Harry Beaver finally died off of old age. So, with out of the way, we're going to get some production done. It's going to take the Beavers some time. We've been through this before. They are maybe hardworking, maybe diligent workers, but they're not the quickest workers in the shed. So we need to get this dam built. I think that's going to be our first major project, and hopefully get that done before a drought kicks in. So, with my beavers named and my dam being built, if you'd like to see me name some more beavers and play with my beavers, by all means click the like button. And if you're just here to hear me say damn and talk about my wood all the time, by all means click the subscribe button at the same time. And of course we have a drought incoming. Yeah, this is super high priority, beavers. Please, can we get the dam finished before the drought kicks us in the face? That would be awesome. You have no unemployed beavers. Can I pause that, please? So it's taken us 2 days so far to get half a dam. Wow, 3/4? 3/4 of a dam to go. We have, what, 2 tiles? 2 tiles. I need 2 more tiles of a dam, which we should get finished in the next 2 days, which means we're going to head into another drought. So, another drought means we get to look at trying to get some things changed over. Oh, wow, we have our maples are online. Okay, so a couple of things I've been working on in the background. First off, been working on putting our lumberjack flags right here in where the forest is, because at the moment I have one guy over here who can access, well, some of the forest. I have one guy over here who can access some of the forest. I have one guy over here who can access some of the forest. We're gonna rectify that. We are going to unpause that one. Pause Frenchie Beaver. Have them, actually we're gonna delete their lumberjack house entirely. Have them come over here, because this is way more convenient. At the same time, can we up the priority on that? And in fact, I might even put in another lumberjack flag right there and pop that in there. Okay, so we're going to One Night Beaver. We're going to pause Mr. One Night Beaver, or Mrs. One Night Beaver, either or, and also Woody 2.0. Yeah, the beavers are growing up real fast, actually. So, we're going to pause those. They should hopefully end up working. Yeah, we've already got Frenchie down here, and hopefully we can have one of the other 2 beavers work there. So that should get those up and running. In fact, I still have a free beaver. Okay, we might unpause that one as well. Oh, and the dam is done. Dam is done. Quick as that. We're going to max out that floodgate. And hold back as much water as possible, which looks like our poor dam is somewhat struggling. But hopefully we can hold all the water back here, and then as my little river dries out, so we don't get any dry beavers, I can drop this floodgate all the way down and let what water we've stored back here through. At least that's the hope. And we can see this is already starting to back up. That is a lot deeper than it was previously. So, with a drought in 2 days, we need to look at a few things. Just a few things, okay. First off, I need to make sure our one unemployed beaver finds a new working spot. Excellent. One Night Beaver now has a job. That's perfect. We're gonna get the last odds and ends done that we've been trying to get done for a little while, like the warehouses. We'll get them knocked out real quick. At the same time, one thing I would definitely like to look at is putting a little path in there. One thing I want to look at is apartment housing, because we have room for 40 beavers currently, and all the housing is full. I want to up our beaver count. You know, I want more beavers. I'd like my beavers. So we're going to look at unlocking finally the large barracks. The normal barracks holds 10 beavers for 40 wood. The large barracks, a little bit more expensive at 70 wood. We have wood finally. But also holds 16 beavers. So it's really about packing your beavers into a tighter spot as possible. Because, you know, beavers should occasionally be stacked one on top of one another. So we're going to unlock that, which is a slightly larger building. If we just put one beside, we can see that it's, well, we can see that it's the same height. And it's just one tile deeper. It's 3 deep rather than 2 deep. And ideally, I want to put this near the town centre. But not really too near the town centre because I don't want to build on this green area. So we have this plateau up here. And I'm liking the look of this plateau. I think this is a good spot to build. And I'm thinking we're going to go 1, 2, 3... No, we're going to move them all over by tile. One tile. Delete that and delete that. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to put a 3 tile gap in the middle. And then put everything in the wrong spot. 3. I'm going to build some apartment blocks. Now, I did do a video recently on building apartment blocks. If you want to see a full set of apartment blocks, I do recommend you check out that that video. I'll actually link it up the top right hand corner, and probably you'll find it also in pinned comments below, because there is no way we're going to get a full apartment block done in one video here. They require a significant amount of wood. Got to remember each one of these buildings is 70 wood, so that's 70, 140, 210. That's 400 timber. It's twice what we've got currently. But we can start planning these out, obviously. I want to up the priority on you a massive amount. Have you built that side? You're going for that side instead. Okay, fine. We'll do that one instead. So I want to build our large barracks. On top of that, obviously we want to get this as close to the town centre as possible. And as you can see, the line here is not terribly good. In fact, we can bring in this line from this end. And it's not a happy zone. But if I was to build a path straight through here, it would probably be much, much closer. So we're going to pop in 2 of those with a path joining all that together. And then I just need these trees to go away. The good news is they're like 90% done, so it shouldn't take too long. Next thing we're going to be doing is definitely unpausing one of these. Yeah, let's unpause one of those, and that way we can have a beaver start coming over and chopping this maple as well. We're not short on timber. Well, we are short, but we're not short. We're okay on timber. We're okay on food. We're okay on water. We're doing well. We have a couple of campfires, and if I find a child, they have a social life, which means they grow up faster, which we're all in a favor of. And are we replanting timber? Not really. Okay, I want to plant maple there. Not sure. Maple there, and maple there. Cool. That's a good start. Alright, so yeah, we're going to try and get this done. We're still planting maple over here, but this is like cycles and cycles away, days and days away. So we're not in a rush to get that up and running. It's just going to be a bit of management and a bit of trying to make sure that we keep our beavers both well fed, well lubricated, watered, and well busy, because everybody likes a busy beaver, especially when we let the children near the campfire and see which ones level up the fastest, because, you know, we let them play with fire, probably unsupervised. Yeah. And I have horrible news. I have horrible, devastating news. Charity Beaver has died of old age. She's at work. Oh no. Oh no. She's dead in the house. She's dead in the house. Yeah, Charity Beaver has died of old age. So we cannot have that. We need to go over here and we're gonna need to grab a new beaver and rename them. Rename them Charity Beaver 2.0, and obviously we're going to have to pause that. So Charity Beaver works at the forest now. Beautiful, beautiful. Need Charity to keep finding that wood, planting her seed. Yes. That's our plan. So we are just waiting on this to be built, which is halfway at least. We haven't overpopulated yet, just because Charity decided it was her time. It was her time. Okay, good news. We now have a large barracks, and this was just built as we started to overpopulate. It turns out because we have breeding pods, even if there's nowhere for the baby beavers to go, they just pop out anyway. The other thing I have noticed is I really want those 2 stairs to be done. The other thing I've noticed as it comes into nightfall is we have a lot of logs. Like, we have 335 logs, but most of them are in the lumberjack flags. They're not actually in storage. Well, that one's full, but that one is mostly empty with just 20, and yet there's 18 over here. So it seems like my lumberjacks are chopping down wood. The beavers are playing with the wood, and then once they're finished playing with the wood, they take it back to their flag post, and they put it beside the pole, but then they don't actually haul the wood to storage. Makes sense? Makes sense. Okay. So, along with all the other construction tasks we have going on, which we're actually going to now drop the priority on the housing thoroughly, so we can probably get storage, which would have been nice earlier, done. Yep. We are going to look at labor camps. We do have a hauling post. So a hauling post, haulers assist workers in the district with carrying goods, greatly increasing their productivity. I think we're going to look at one of these. This seems like a good idea, and I've noticed that it would probably fit very, very nicely right here if these trees were gone. So we're going to pop that right there as well. We'll set that a mediocre priority because we can't really build it until the path exists, and we just started a drought of 4 days. 4 days. Water is okay, he says, looking at some empty barrels. It's alright. We built a new dam. We've got a whole bunch of water stacked up back here. That stopped flowing already. It also means, funnily enough, that these water wheels... Well, that one's already stopped. These water wheels are going to stop, which means I'm going to have extra labour force, because it's the dry season. During the dry season, we have extra labour. A lot of extra labour, in fact, because all the machinery shops just stop running. Apart from that one, which seems to have made perpetual motion with the water just going around... Sure, we're just going to let it keep going. Not going to argue. Go for it. Alright, yeah, it's definitely drying up. It looks like our 2 forestry beavers have finally finished their job. Even with the dry season here, we do have maple that's not going to dry out for 15 days. So we should be safe. Sure, we can't plant anything that's in a dry spot, but we don't have any in a dry spot yet. We've got our 2 new warehouses up and running. This one is set to store explosives, because explosives are great. Gears, metal blocks, planks, and scrap metal. So it's just going to be for machinery stuff, which is all in this general area. This one is just food. So this is grilled potatoes, carrots, and berries, and the beavers can now get up and access through the rear. And in the meantime, we're finally chopping out this little bit of forestry here, because I think this is going to be our priority. We need to get a couple of buildings built and a bit more optimization. You know, we have 36 working age beavers and 6 children. We're not going to pause the breeding pods this drought, I don't think. No, I think we're going to let it run, because we have... Our dam's about half full. About half full, which is a pretty good amount. So I'm hoping that we can survive the drought by not pausing the birthing pods? Breeding pods? Birthing pods? Yes. And I need to stay on top of replanting the maple, because we're swapping over from all pine to all maple, because, you know, everybody likes a bit of harder wood in their life. Okay, so we have day 2 of the drought. We have the hauling outpost built, Except there's frigging trees in front still. So I'm hoping, actually, if we just go in here, and I unmark that from being cut, and that from being cut, that should probably force our busy beavers to come over here and grab these 2 bits of pine. So we're going to definitely get that up and running. At the same time, water's okay. You guys have a productivity of 83% and 70%, which means you're not flat out. Split Beaver has one job in life, and that is to cut woods on the perpetual turning water machine, because we have made the best perpetual energy machine ever. We have a water wheel that just turns in obviously the slowest moving water ever. Yeah, it's the middle of drought season. That water's not going anywhere. But sure, we'll just let it go. Alright. So yeah, we want to get this done, and then I think we're going to put all 7 beavers into hauling. Yes. Meanwhile, the construction guys have gone on and they started working on the next barracks. No, that's it. We're built. Let's put in a path there to there, and suddenly there are no free beavers. Excellent. And yeah, we're just going to try and get some construction tasks done during the dry season, and some just general haulage. Yeah, we're halfway through our drought. The beavers are hard at work. We've actually got a second house up and running, and we now actually have 10 haulers moving things around, which means hopefully if we go check, well, no, you've still got logs. Where else? You and no, there's still a fair bit of logs hanging around the map, but hopefully a hauler. Let's look at Chomps. So Chomps is running around. He is carrying 3 logs because he has double the carrying capacity because he works at a hauler, and he is bringing it to storage that's miles away, right? Yes. He's bringing it to the far side of the map. Okay, so that does clarify a couple of things. We want some more storage. So we're going to grab storage. We're going to put a industrial log pile here on top of the existing one, which will have a bit of a pathing issue. We'll get to that in a second. We're going to put a small warehouse here, which is going to need a platform. Warehouse there. And then I think what we'll do is we will put in, obviously, stairs and a path, and a path, and a platform, and a path, and a path. Yeah. I think that's what we'll do. The good news is this is directly above like wood storage, so it shouldn't take us too long to build. At the same time, I did notice under Labor tab, we also have a builder's hut. Employs additional builders, extends its range by building paths. So, I like the idea of building one of these. Now, this is not something I can build on top of. Does that matter? Probably not. We can squeeze that in there very, very well. Or we could put it here. Yeah, let's put it... No, let's put it there. Okay, we're going to pop that in there. We're going to hook up some paths to it as well. Probably want to prioritize the hell out of building hut. Just to have a few extra beavers at work. And, oh my god, the perpetual motion machine finally stopped. Alright, we're going to pause that. Oh, hang on, what's our water level like? We're still half full. We can look at our floodgate. If I drop that to half... nope, half is still too high because the water back here is also evaporated over time. We can drop that all the way down. Just let in a little bit of water. Obviously, I don't really want to let in all of it, because I do not want to bring in so much that our dams let water out. That would be bad. So we'll just stop there, I think. Hello? Okay, now it's flowing. It's not going to listen to me. Alright, max height. There we go. Problem solved. Problem solved. We'll just let out a little bit of water. Alright, so we're going to get a building post done after... Ooh. Might want to get that done, actually. Yeah, because I don't know if I have access to that after the fact. Okay, we're going to get a building outpost done. That'll put another 4 beavers to work. We like busy beavers. Meanwhile, looks like we've harvested most of this area. Yep. And then this maple farm is okay. We only have 1 beaver over here actively chopping currently. So maybe we can send some of our original wood chopper team over there instead. Alright, builder hut's done. Sleeping beaver. Oh, of course, Tipsy Beaver is out sleeping in the middle of the street after a big night. Of course. Why would it be any other beaver? Okay, so Tipsy Beaver's having a great time. We have the building hut up and running. I have noticed that our water is going down. We are adding beavers to the colony, and each beaver drinks about 2 water per day. So it's probably time to take a sidestep and just very, very quickly invest in a couple of more water pumps, like there and there. Meanwhile, we have a building blocks workers. We have Mr. Chips died of old age. No. Can't even find out how old Mr. Chips was. Alright, so we have a Mr. Chips 2.0 who is a child and gonna level up hopefully fairly soon because, like I said, baby beavers are useless beavers. They don't really contribute to the society. So we have haulers up and running. We have builders up and running. Builders are obviously short a couple of employees. Hopefully we have more children level up in the not too distant future. We're gonna get a little bit more water out there. Plus we've got the extra storage, which is, well, has minimum stock currently. Minimum stock. But we do notice that there's a lot of hauling beavers moving around. Now, you are intentionally moving logs from one to the other. I would really prefer it if you did not do that. So stock desired 0 means they'd move the stock out of here and take it elsewhere. Or 180 means they move it from one log pile to another, which is not ideal either. Yup. I don't really want beavers moving things from one pile to another. $40? And then hopefully we just bring new timber in. Like, your paws waiting to be emptied. Actually, if I click that, it should get emptied. We have timber up here as well. Okay, some of them are being emptied. That still has a whole bunch of timber. Alright, drought has ended. Things shall be returning to normal once the river actually gets flown. Well, once the river finishes flowing all the way down here, things shall be returned definitely to normal. I'm going to take that floodgate. It's already maxed out. Okay, we're good there. Now, ideally, I want to turn all our industrial sector back on, which ideally needs more beavers. At the moment, we have 10 hauling beavers, 2 busy beavers that will build things, and that's about it. They are proving to be wonderful construction beavers, and they are getting these barracks up and running at a fairly high clip, actually, so can't really complain there. That's now empty, so we can delete that. But I want to talk about industrial beavers, because we did get some of our industry up and running previously. Oh, and you guys are probably empty too. Yeah. Okay, what I want to do is I want to get some more industrial beavers. So I want to put in a platform platform here and a gear workshop, yes, here, and the gear workshop here. Now these guys use 120 beaver power each, which is a lot. We have potentially, if these are running, 180 and 180. This uses 150. That would use another 240, which is in the okay territory still, just. But I also want to make sure that we continue our mechanical energy past here. Oh, there we go. They're running. So we have 360 currently. Yeah, that's not quite enough. We're probably going to have to get the next water wheel. No, it doesn't lack... It does. It lacks planks, actually. Okay. Oh, you're already full of logs. Alright. What we want to do is we want to make sure our mechanical energy can move around. So we're going to put in... okay, we're going to unpause that, because that just requires logs. That'll give us more mechanical force. We're going to definitely plan... have a platform here, here, and here. Oh god, that water is... That water level is very high. High. Very high water level. Better. Better. Okay. It was just making sure that everything got thoroughly wet. Yes. Yes. Alright, back to the task at hand. We want to build this out. Okay, I want to build a path around there. I'm going to delete that, and delete that. So I can put a stairs up, and through here. Because I want to build more industrial buildings along here, which means I need to put a power shaft in the side of the building. But I also need to look at power in general. Water wheels. Can I... 1, 2... 1, 2, 3... No. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not a bad option. Okay, so it means right here I want a T intersection. Here I want a straight shaft, a straight shaft, a straight shaft. Do I want a T here for some reason? Probably not. We're just going to put a right angle there, and then a straight shaft underneath. And then, you guys need to be unpaused, actually. Because we're going to need planks, like a lot of planks. Like a lot of planks. Whole outpost, yes. How many? 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Alright, that way we can stop hauling and going back to making planks, and hopefully some gears. Gears are going to give us access to new technology and new building methods, so that sounds like a great idea to me. Alright, as the sun rises again, we might notice that we have a don't touch that beaver who was again spent the night out from the lodge doing things in the grass fields that we shall not be talking about. So, we have some of our mechanical up and running. Obviously, we need more planks, which probably means we're going to prioritize the hell out of that one and drop the priority on the other one. Yeah, that's a couple of planks. So we are making planks, but also when we start making gears, that's going to also consume planks. And actually, if I put a path on top of that, we can demolish that. Yes. Boomlax workers. Hey! New one that's online. Alright, so we're going to go back to the hauling outpost and take some beavers off hauling to free up another mechanical beaver. And we'll turn that back up again. So, we now have definitely another mechanical beaver which is going to turn planks into gears, but we need planks to do some construction. So we're going to obviously up our plank creation. We're going to go with 1, 2, 3. Is 4 too many? 4 might be too many. Are you finished? Oh, you're finished. Dirty Beaver. Dirty Beaver, find a new job. Okay, actually, I could probably do with another lumberjack over here. Yeah. We're still doing a little bit of micromanagement. Just a little bit. A little bit. Still not enough workers. So I think I have a solution for that. I think it's under housing, and I think it's under the breeding pods. And then we go pod, pod, pod. Pod, pod, pod. Pod, pod, pod. Pod. Pod, pod. Yeah, I think that's our temporary solution. Oh no. Pod, 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 pod. Pod, pod. Cool. That should do it. Little X workers, 4 of them. Do we have a mass die-off? Oh no, we just managed to get 2 buildings, or 3 buildings done in a hurry. Yeah, our construction crew don't hold back. We definitely want those breeding pods up and running. Building X materials is you. You have no taters to burn. We got 3 taters. He's got 3 taters. You can go grab the taters from next door. It's fine. Alright, so with a whole bunch more breeding pods online, I think maybe we're probably going to have a baby boom in the not too distant future, which also means I think we need to take care of some more house items. One of them, now that we have this up and running, is probably going to be more water. So I think we're going to empty storage, prioritize, because I'd like to get rid of this lumber mill and build a couple more water pumps along here. The other thing I'd like to do is we do have the ability of unlocking a large water tank. Now, a large water tank is all planks and gears, but we have a good amount of planks. We don't have gears, but that's a separate issue. We are sort of making them. Definitely not making them fast enough. Can I get another plank machine, another gear machine here? Do we? Oh. No, we do have enough horsepower currently, but probably not going forth. So we did plan to have a backup water wheel, water wheel, water wheel, water wheel. Probably don't need that many, just one to start with. But the other thing I did notice, if we find a beaver, we can get spirituality. Now, spirituality is going to give us 30% working speed. So I think that's a good idea too. So first off, water. Let's grab our large water tank. Yes. That's sizable. Let's go with one here and one here. We're going to prioritize you first because you got placed first. We're also going to put in a small path to join up. At the same time, we have a little bit of tiles here. We're going to put one normal one there with a normal one there and normal one there because they just require wood. We have had wood, but this maple farm is coming along beautifully. This one is still being planted, so it's a little bit away, but hopefully it'll get up and running soon, 30%. Okay, it's going to be a while. It's going to be a while. But we also have this maple farm, which is now pretty much all maples now, so it should get up and running soon as well. So we're going to have some more water, definitely a bonus. The other thing that I want to look at is, as I said, leisure. We can get a temple. Now, it is 300 science. We have 300 science available. 120 timber, which is a lot, and 40 planks, which is okay. We have that many planks. So I think we're going to put one of those right beside our housing block. That seems like a good idea. And we'll up the priority on that as well. Yes. Do I have any odd beavers that are hanging around that were chopping wood? No, it looks like they've all been recycled. So I don't have any extra workforce because we're down to just 4 workers hauling stuff, which is less than I'd like. But yes, we're going to let the beavers get to it. They have a number of things to get done. Obviously, more power because yeah, we're at 660. We might prioritize the hell out of that. Oh, and you didn't get a path. So, on the dawn of a new day, we can see water's not doing great. Yeah, we're doing a decent amount of pumping. At the same time, it turns out yesterday Timber died off. So we're going to have to rename somebody to Timber 2.0. Same time, we're going to stop this lumber mill running. Perfect, it's empty. Delete that building. We're going to delete that, and that. Also that. And we're going to put in a couple of extra water pumps. Just so I'm slightly less paranoid about our water situation. Yep, slightly less, I said. Can I also just plant in 1 bit of carrot? Not that we ever get up here and harvest all this, but we'll plant it anyway. We have way more food than the beavers can actually plant, well, cultivate, harvest, and eat, but that's definitely a good problem to have. As for our water tanks, this one is still missing 3 gears, which, well, we're missing a little bit of power to run. They're running a little bit slow because we don't have enough horsepower. But that's probably going to get finished off right about now. Yep, we have 1 beaver who's rubbing their hands currently and sniffing it. Excellent. It was... yeah. Alright, and that's running the gears that are not spinning at all. It's fine, it's fine. It works anyway, even if the gears don't spin, don't question it. But it definitely means we have enough horsepower now that everything here should run at maximum efficiency, which should get us more gears up and running. We have plenty of planks. As for the temple itself, well, it requires a lot of deliveries and a lot of logs that we don't have. Yeah. Well, maybe we can stretch this out a little bit. Let's put another lumberjack flag here. That has 18 logs, that has 18 logs, that has 10 logs. Yeah. It looks like definitely I need more haulers. Yeah. Definitely more haulers. And more timber to age up and become old wood and, you know, let us chop down the old wood. Alright, so with that out of the way, we just need to wait for a temple and wait for the beavers to just get their act together. And we finally have our lovely little temple. I have no idea how it works, but it exists. Okay, so we have a bunch of planks, not a lot of timber. We do have another forester out here who hopefully plays catch up. We have a whole lot of breeding pods. We also have a giant water tank. Excellent. Best type to have. That holds 300 water. That's probably going to take them a minute or 2 to fill up. In fact, you're carrying 1 water. You're not working hard enough if you're carrying 1. You work at a lumberjack flag. That one, which has absolutely nothing to chop. Sort of explains why you're hauling stuff. That's fine, I guess. So yeah, we can probably go on and build those. Do we want to build those, or do we want to start? Okay, let's upgrade the priority of those and that. Obviously, that's going to be the next priority for planks and gears. I have the planks. I don't have the gears. Wood itself, we don't really have any of. But we do have wood to harvest. There's no point building more storage because we've got no wood to store. I think we're probably going to call it for this episode. Like we've done everything we sort of set out to do. We have plenty of housing. In fact, I have housing for 130 beavers. We only have 50 currently. But actually, one last thing we might do is we might just plan. Actually, we might plan to have for just now. Normally these would go on the top floor, but the top floor is a while away. We might put in a couple of temporary. I'm probably going to leave them bushes just here, shrubs, because beaver shrubs are just so all our beavers max out their aesthetics for that extra 10% working speed. Hopefully now they have some spirituality. If somebody, oh, it lights up with fire. You have some spirituality. More importantly, you have 30% faster working speed. That's all we care about. And actually that fits, what's that? 4, 8, 12, 15 beavers. That's not too bad. Okay, one thing we're going to start doing, and like I said, I have done a tutorial video if you want to have your very own apartment block. I will link it, as I said, in the pinned comments below. We're going to start planning for our next apartment block. We're going to unlock... No, we're not going to unlock the double platform because I can't afford it. But... actually, let's not spend the timber just yet. We do want to start building up towards the next ones. I think we can just set it a lower priority for building up. And just when the builder beavers are idle, they can get on with it. In fact, I probably... Do you haul stuff? You do haul stuff when you're not busy building. Okay, except the haulers have 100% bonus capacity when hauling. Alright, well, we're going to leave it here. Hopefully next episode, with our extra breeding pods online, we should get an influx of children, which should give us an influx of labour. Hopefully we can get... Well, more wood. It always comes down to more wood. But then again, if we have enough beavers, maybe it's time for a new district. Maybe that's what's going to come in the next episode. I'm not sure. Either way, I do hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, can you do me a favour? Can you say hi to your mum for me? Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.